Call the meeting to order.
Jenkins.
Here.
Harden.
Here.
Hahn.
Here.
Tesori.
Here.
Kelly.
Here.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First thing that we have on this evening's agenda is the Section 1 consent agenda.
I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Jenkins.
Yes.
Hahn.
Yes.
Harden.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Tesori.
Yes.
Motion carried.
There being no unfinished business, we move to Section 3, new business.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 965, declaring 701 West Olive and 702 West Water as surplus property and directing the sale of real estate and related matters.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
What was the problem with the News Gazette?
Okay, gentlemen, we've already been through this once before, but we're doing it all over again. There was a discovery that as our free publications was about to expire, that the News Gazette cannot post legal publications for the city of Farmer City. We have to use, for legal publications, we have to use a county newspaper. So this is going to be published in the Clinton newspaper, but we're also going to publish it in the Leroy Press because people in Farm City buy the Leroy Press. But we're doing this again because of a legal issue. Now it's something that we had messed up on.
Any further discussion? Call it.
Hahn.
Yes.
Harden.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Tesori.
Yes.
Jenkins.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 966, authorizing the city manager to issue a purchase order for the 2016 International Bucket Truck.
I need a second.
I'll second it.
All right, discussion?
There is a bucket truck and I had brought this to your attention a couple different times, that is being built down at Scruggs Drake in Decatur, in Springfield. There's been a lot of interest in that truck. If we have one scratch built, it would be a year out. This truck will be finished in 3 to 4 months. 2 other municipalities have already shown interest in it. Fortunately, we put our name on the list first. So they'll hold it for us until we can get an answer. As you see, we did budget $75,000. The truck is $179,555. That's with our $12,000 trade-in. So there is a provision that we do not have to bid this out. This ordinance was drafted by Joe, so we've covered all the legal bases.
Yeah, this is the line item we talked about during the budgeting meeting.
Yes, and we will finance the rest of it.
And you don't think we can find a good use for it?
Mac, I really don't think a used truck would be the answer, no. Honestly, no. Not for what they do.
It said in there something about plus taxes, there shouldn't be any taxes
There won't be any,
involved.
no. There
What
won't be
about
tax.
shipping?
No, no. It's all being built here in Springfield.
How often are we using the truck we have? Is there a mileage log on it? How often do we use it?
I can't tell you what the miles are. It's on the truck. I believe it's a 1992, so
Right.
it's been around for a while.
I guess what I'm wondering is do the guys write the mileage down and what days it goes out, what hours of service it has on it?
Well, the only other truck that they have to drive is a flatbed that generally has a reel bolted down onto it. So to get from point A to B, for no matter what they're doing, if they're pulling meters or no matter what, they're in a bucket truck.
So they're driving a bucket truck to pull meters?
Yes.
Seems it might be cheaper to get them a pickup truck and bust a bucket truck or get it repaired.
Could be. Still need modern bucket trucks.
Well, I understand it. It's a lot of money. I don't think we should finance anything. That's the problem. if we're tight on the budget, I don't think financing helps.
Larry, did this thing pass inspection this year?
The current truck?
Yeah.
Yes.
Will it pass inspection next year?
Don't know. Don't know. It's never had all the hydraulic hoses have never been replaced on it. There's just a lot of things that could go wrong.
I remember when this came up once before, and at that time, the electrical department didn't even know they were asking for about the same dollar amount. This has been several years ago. I want the guys in good stuff, but this is $180,000. And how, I mean, do we use it a lot? Do we use it every day?
We use the truck every day.
I mean, do we use it, how often do we use it?
Truck's on the road every day for various jobs, though. I mean, that's the issue. So,
That's what I was driving. It sounds like they're using the truck for their daily travel around town to check meters, do whatever maintenance they need to do, where they don't probably need the bucket truck to do that maintenance. So what I was thinking was, it might be cheaper because you can probably get a pretty decent pickup, even one maybe with a bucket on for $78,000, and park that bucket truck and then do the maintenance on it. Is there's got to be an outfit that can test it hydraulically, check the hoses and all that stuff, and see what it needs.
this is a 60-foot truck. This is the only 60-foot truck you have. The other truck is Mark Gardner's, and it's 47 feet reach. So, and you do have to have a good working 60-foot truck. Whether it's this one or what, you have to have something that's.
So what if we table this one and explore some other options?
And you can table it, but just keep in mind that if this truck is gone, that's been built because they were holding it until we could give them an answer, then you're going to start from scratch, and the price could go up. So that's just a possibility.
Get you guys' thoughts.
Don't we try to keep up the maintenance on the
Sir,
truck?
sir, if I, please don't interrupt the meeting, thank you.
I've raised my hand.
What are my thoughts? I don't know bucket trucks.
I don't even,
I mean, I really don't know bucket trucks. I mean, I go off the request to the power, power
How
company.
many hours has this thing got, Larry?
So,
I can't tell you. I don't want to throw something out there and be inaccurate. I don't know.
Was it used in 90, I mean, it's a 92 truck that was used when we got it, right? It wasn't.
It was purchased new.
It was purchased new.
Yes, it was.
So we've had it in service for, whatever that is.
93
24
years.
years. Yeah, 24 years or so.
I will be voting yes. So, I mean, I don't know bucket trucks. I'm putting my trust in the guys and telling me that we need another bucket truck, so.
Even if you vote yes and get a new truck, driving the new truck on
I actually
on a
agree
daily basis.
I agree with what
the
you
same
said.
issue.
I agree with what you said. So we should look into an additional vehicle, because you shouldn't drive a $180,000 vehicle
To change your
around to
meter.
change meter. But then, could be a separate purchase. And then that way we can extend the life of this new purchase that we have. I totally agree with what you
Has
said.
anybody evaluated this truck yet?
As far as what?
As far as what it needs, it's obviously passed inspection.
It passes an electrical inspection from that standpoint every year.
It has to have a road sticker too, right?
Yes, safety lane.
Safety lane sticker, and it passes that.
Fortunately, yes.
I would say table it and get the truck evaluated. And see if the repairs are less expensive than a new one. We can put the new truck off until another year.
Is a 60-foot boom needed?
Yes.
What do we have that's 60 feet?
Well, you had that poll yesterday, and if you went and looked, you would have seen it. First of all, part of it is how they get to the pole. So
Sure.
that's 60 foot straight up.
Sure.
All right. So depending on where they're at, now the school used to call to have the football lights worked on. We had the only truck that would reach. But depending on, there again, how far out they would have to go, at what angle the boom would be, would depend on if they needed the 60-foot boom. So there's places where the smaller truck comes in handy, and it's a four-wheel drive. Again, it's a 47 reach, but the 60 boom does come in handy. You go down Depot Road, those poles down through there, the intertie coming down North John, those are the taller poles. Outdoor warning siren down here is on a 60-foot pole. So we do have 60-foot poles in town.
Okay.
Are you making a motion to table it?
I'd make a motion to table it, get the truck evaluated.
On that, I would need a second to even discuss the table.
I'll second it.
All right, discussion of the table. You're saying if we table it, we are looking at, we could possibly lose this.
When do they have to know?
We were going to call them tomorrow and tell them yes or no.
When, I mean,
Because the other municipalities, what we were told, Mac, is the other municipalities had already passed their budgets, and so they had called, but Mark had already been talking with this guy, so they put a hold on it for Farm City till we could give them the Hanson.
Do you know what
That's why,
kind of,
and that's why it's being presented the way it is.
do you know what kind of increase we're looking at if we lose this one and then we have to wait an entire year? I mean,
I would
new one
say-
for scratch.
I would say you would have a 3 to 5%.
Okay. Any other discussion on the table? Yes, sir.
It feels like an impulse buy to me. And that can't be the only truck sitting out there for sale. I know there's the companies that build bucket trucks are few and far between, but there's gotta be more than just this truck sitting around. So I'm not afraid of losing that truck.
Any other discussion on the table? Go ahead and call whether or not to table ordinance 966.
Kelly,
Yes.
Tesori,
Yes.
Jenkins,
No.
Han,
No.
Harden,
yes.
motion carried.
Okay. That was good.
The next resolution, right? Make a motion for resolution 2016-15, a resolution approving the agreement with the Blue Ridge School District pertaining to the Student Resource Officer, April 20, 2016 through June 5, 2017.
I'll second.
Discussion.
This is the same agreement that we've had for the past 3 school years. You see that there was a correction on there, and the correction was changed to Susan Wilson.
And that was on page 3 of the, page 9, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Discussion.
Yes, when we discussed the police contract, I was under the impression that this was not going to affect our police budget. But according to the newspaper and what this contract says, we're paying half of her salary and all the medical benefits, or all the benefits, whatever benefits that she gets.
Well, the newspaper was wrong. A part-time employee with the city of Farm City does not get any type of benefits. And the SRO is built into the budget. They reimburse the city for her time there. So it's not that you say it affects the budget. It does, but it doesn't. That money is already built into the bottom line on the police budget.
Right, but we're paying half of her salary is what,
Yeah.
and that wasn't my understanding. I thought that they were paying all of her salary.
And I was wrong on that.
Does she still work part-time for us?
Yes, she does.
So is she a full-time officer or a part-time officer?
She's a part-time police officer.
Because in the contract, it says the parties acknowledge that SRO shall be a full-time certified police officer.
She is a full-time certified officer with the state of Illinois.
Okay, I guess I don't understand what that means.
I'm a full-time certified police officer. I've taken the training to become a full-time certified officer. She is full-time certified. She works here on a part-time basis.
Okay. The other thing I've seen on this is it says pertaining to the school district's facilities in DeWitt County. Is that all of DeWitt County or just our schools?
Our schools.
And one of our schools is not in DeWitt County, it's in Piatt County.
Correct.
So doesn't that need to be notated in there?
It could be.
What page are you on, Scott? I'm sorry.
I'm on page 3.
Okay, thank you.
She is available for our department if we need to, correct?
Yes. That agreement, Scott, was written by our city attorney 3 years ago,
Uh-huh.
and then checked by their attorney, so.
Right? Yeah. And so we're providing her a vehicle also if she needs it.
Yes.
So they're not reimbursing us for the vehicle either?
No.
Okay. The other problem I have with this is there was a sentence flow problem, and I realized I'm missing every other page of the contract. I couldn't figure out why it wasn't going from one page to the other now.
I don't know, you just found it out, I mean.
So is everybody listening? Yeah, we're all listening.
Well, you don't work on Saturday and Sunday, and I work on Monday. I get my package on Friday. If I get it on Wednesday, I would have an option to get a hold of you earlier.
This is,
Right now, so
is this what you think was 1, 3, let's see what you're saying. Yeah.
I couldn't figure out why it wasn't flowing from one page to the other.
Should we just table this till the next meeting so we
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
kind of with this over?
Yeah.
Yes. You know,
I'd like to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
aside from that, this is 3 years old. I think our attorney, the current attorney, should look this over and make some corrections with the counties and whatever other stuff is.
Yeah, I hate paying more lawyer fees, but it's worth it to have an up-to-date document. Yeah, I make a motion to table this till.
Second.
Any discussion on the table?
Well, hold on, now, please, gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, we'll
She's making copies.
see the clerk.
Just cancel that, they're gonna table.
Well, I mean, I've just got questions, so. When does the current contract expire?
I believe it already had
Okay.
for the SRO. And so the school approved that one, I believe it's dated 2 weeks ago.
20th of April.
Well, they, So they approved it after it expired as well?
Yes.
Okay. Then they don't have a rush on it. School's out, what, 2-3 weeks? So we're approving it for 2016-2017 school year. So any other discussion on tabling this? Call it.
I don't have the.
I'm sorry.
or the-
I made a motion to table and Scott seconded, and then we realized you weren't here. Sorry about that.
Han,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Testori,
Yes.
Jenkins.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve resolution 2016-16, appointment of the library board and members.
You got that, Scott? All right, discussion?
These are the 3 ladies that have currently been serving on the board, so it's their reappointments for a 3-year term.
Well, appreciate the willingness to serve. It's good.
So this is not the librarian?
No.
It's just library.
Do they have a salary?
Board members?
Yeah.
No.
Oh. Okay. I can't see any problems with it then.
Any other discussion? Call it.
Harden,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Testori,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Han,
Yes.
motion carried.
brings us to section 4, other items, city manager and his report.
As you see that the Harrison Street, we had a problem with surface drainage over there. The guys put some 1,400 feet in, and they installed 2 new catch basins. With the recent rains, they went down there and checked, and everything seemed to be working properly. The construction permit for Bluebell and Honeysuckle's been in. Calvin told me just last week that he's had the materials on order. So as soon as that comes in, they'll start working on it. And I say that, keep in mind that the swimming pool season is amongst us, so they'll be focusing on getting the swimming pool up and running. And then they'll go down there and work on that water main connection. And after that, you see that I did put that the swimming pool supplies have come in, so those have already been ordered, so they can get those up and going as well. IDOT received the construction permit for the water main extension. That would be from George Rock down along Route 54. Obviously, they look at them pretty closely because one of their requests is that we did more of a setback on the flushing hydrant that's going to be right there on the south end of Route 54. EPA, as you see there, had requested a copy of our budget. They've gotten where they have had so many downsizing inside the EPA that they just won't issue a construction permit, just thinking that you're thinking about doing a project. So they wanted to make sure that you've got the funds readily available and that you're serious on doing it. So we provided them a copy of the budget, showed them where the funds will be coming from. So I would anticipate that we'll be getting that Maple Street construction permit back pretty quick. As I have told you, gentlemen, that the DMX people are requesting water out there. I had anticipated maybe somebody from DMX would be here this evening. I don't know if there's anyone in the crowd or not. That's been an ongoing issue out there that we're going to have to address one of these days. The septic tank's been installed down at the bathhouse out at South Park. Ted Reynolds went out there, got that completed for us. Joel anticipates getting the ADA compliant ramp done within the next couple of weeks. He's already got some help on that and got that thing all ready to go. So that bathroom could actually be done within, and I'm gonna put it out there a little ways, so 30 days, because there's other projects going on as well. And up on North John Street, we had that drainage issue up there, and IDOT had come out with some grants, so I had investigated to see if we were eligible to receive grants for that drainage up there, but we weren't eligible for that, so it was worth checking on that. That's all I've got to do.
Any question to the city manager and his report?
I do have one. On the Bluebell Honeysuckle Loop, you said the guys will be working on the pool. We're talking days of delay, not weeks of delay, right? I mean,
For the swimming pool?
I mean, as far as, we want to get that water fixed as soon as we can. I mean, we're not talking 2 weeks off or 3
Well,
weeks
yeah,
off, right?
yeah, it's a good 2 weeks by the time you pressure wash the entire swimming pool down, make any type of repairs that might have to be made, get the water in it and everything. So you're looking at 2 weeks.
Okay. All right, we just, yeah, I mean, and we all want to get this fixed as soon as we possibly can. So.
Well, and keep in mind, by the same token, they were going to go start, if everything went well, on the pool tomorrow. The materials have not come in yet for the water main.
Right, right. So there's nothing to start with
Right.
until the materials get here. Okay.
Right.
They're doing pressure washing and cleanup, and right.
Yes,
Yeah.
at the swimming pool.
And that's the water guys that are doing that.
It's a little bit of everybody. It's
Little bit
water
of
and street.
everybody.
Yes,
Perfect,
and
perfect.
electric.
Perfect.
It's all hands on deck when it comes to getting the swimming pool ready.
And it doesn't look like it's gonna be open Memorial Day weekend, is that what you're saying?
No, it should be.
Should be.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
Good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on schedule.
Any further questions to the city manager's report?
Is there a big hoorah for Memorial Day, opening the pool and all that?
No.
I wonder if we should do something like that. Figure out some way to celebrate opening the pool and get people down to it.
We used to do a greased watermelon when I was a kid.
Hey, there you go.
Throw it in the well. And I don't know that we'd get away with doing that anymore.
We said we're having problems getting people to the pool, and a grand opening celebration might bring some extra people down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I
School passes and stuff available.
Are you done with that? I'll give you, make sure you get that.
Available yet?
Yes.
Non-agenda items and other business. We have two public comments. Mr. McKinley, you're first, sir.
I talked to the insurance company and they were supposed to be getting back with me. They want to know how many bales of hay was damaged instead of all the hay. And I come up approximately about 75, that's what it's on the bottom tier. And the bill that, one of the bills I gave you, they will not honor. And I think Larry should be responsible for it. Me having to
Who
go-
would honor, sir?
Pardon me?
Who would not honor?
The bill for me going to Clinton and getting the information,
You said they would not honor it. Who is they?
the insurance company.
Oh, our insurance company?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel that Larry should be responsible for it because I had to get more proof to verify that my property was in the city limits. So, that's my feelings about it. I mean, that he should be the one responsible paying for my going to Clinton, picking up the information and bringing it back here to you guys and letting you see it.
He should be responsible for the cost of you going to Clinton?
In fact, yeah.
Okay. Did you have anything else, sir?
No? Oh, I got another thing. You're talking about the poles down Depot Road.
Yes, sir?
That cable out there, it's on my property and everything. It's been bent for years. No one, I've told the city before, why don't they fix it?
So the cable on a pole.
Or take it out. The old pole didn't have one on it.
Can you take a look at that, Larry?
Yes.
Very, thank you. Thank you, sir. And the next public comment is Mr. Knox. Sir, you have the floor.
Hi, I'm Chris Knox again. You guys all know me, I think, by now. Hopefully I haven't made you guys too mad. Last November, October, our subdivision kind of came and spoke to you guys about some different issues. And one of the things we talked about is the park. And I'm not a lawyer, but I do remember specifically when I moved into the neighborhood, they talked about a park going in where I call it the swampland. I have pictures on my phone. We didn't get a lot of rain in my opinion, but we got water sitting in the swamplands. You walk out there, your feet get soaked. Nothing's been done with the swamplands. You guys burned it. You came out there and you burned it over the winter time, burned off the middle. But we still have all the willows on the outside, and we still have really the...
This is the
cactus.
detention area,
Yeah,
correct?
swampland,
And that's where we had Barneswood go and look at it, and we're gonna work on it this time, when it dries out, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, sorry.
When it dries out?
It's all right.
I know.
Can get out
That's
there
what
with
they're
hair,
doing.
but I mean,
It's
Yeah.
supposed to help, is that right?
No.
There is a plan to fix the drainage out there. Unfortunately, it can't be fixed until winter when the ground is froze, because you can't get the equipment in there. We buried the backhoe in there.
But why didn't we fix it in the winter when we brought it back up? We just went through a winter.
I don't know that the ground was frozen by the time that we got Farnsworth out there, sir, and they came up and got all their elevations and everything, then it was past being to where they could get in there with equipment to do it. But we do have a plan now, and we've signed off on that plan to get it fixed.
So that's going to be done this winter?
Yes, sir.
How deep of frozen ground does it have to be before you guys get the equipment on? How many feet?
I can't tell you. Only thing I can tell you is that they went out there and attempted to try to get something done, and I mean, they buried the back.
When did they go out there to try and get something done? What month?
When did you come in?
We came in October, November?
I could pull out a tow bill. I can't tell you the month.
I want to say it was November, wasn't it? Because it was after you guys were in.
It might have even been December or so, but
Okay.
so if you're gonna put in
I
a,
guess my question is, so the whole entire winter last month, the ground never froze hard enough for you to get a backhoe in, so, but my question is, if it has to be frozen, how deep does it have to be frozen, so I just know that this winter when I dig down in my yard and the dirt's so frozen, that you guys will get a backhoe in to fix the area.
Only thing I can tell you is that the plan from Farnsworth Group is to put tiling in there and a concrete gutter pan. The concrete gutter pan will extend from the inlet and go through the outlet, and that'll get that water, direct flow, to travel faster. And then anything during a hard rain, it'll go over the concrete gutter pan, and then the tiling system will work. So that's what they've come up with.
When I actually bought my house in 2001, when I talked to Zindars and Stuart Drake, who's the developer and stuff out there, they mentioned a park going in there. I have tons of neighbors who actually, when they moved into there, they all mentioned having a park in there. I'm not a lawyer, but I guarantee you that's somewhat of a binding contract, is when they tell you that they're actually going to do something like that before you purchase a house. So I'm asking the city council to look into that. Because I think, honestly, if they are telling the people out there that there was supposed to be a park in there, I think the city, the developers, and Stuart Drake and all of them should be putting a park out there.
Is there a spot in your mind that you could put a park out there?
I was told it was supposed to go in the swamplands.
Okay,
Is there a better spot for it?
yeah.
So you're not talking better spot, you're talking commercial lands. Because
You
that's one of the
definitely
places
don't want to put
where
it in a wet spot.
yeah, but that's what they were told. Right now I have a house out there that just came up a market. I know a few years after I built my house, that house sold for $140,000. It's on the market for $115,000. So if you want to talk about property values out there dropping, that's a pretty drastic drop within 10 years. And that doesn't make my pocketbook very happy.
No.
So we're failing fast out there. And everybody keeps asking me why I keep coming back.
Well,
And the
yeah.
reason I come back is because I'm mad. I'm not so mad. I'm mad at you guys, yes, I have to admit that. But I'm mad at myself because I've actually...
Just so I know why you're mad at us.
It's just the fact that I think the city's really let that subdivision go down for years.
I agree, but it was also the city council who brought the
I know.
attention back to it. I mean,
I know,
I
but
want a
it's-
park out there, I want sidewalks out there, I want to expand the subdivision, I
It's
want a new
just
house out
it's the
there.
fact that the city council in the past has let us down.
Well, I
out
can't
there.
answer for the
No,
city
I'm not saying
council,
that. But then the fact that since the city council let it down, I just basically said, you know what, that's just the way it is.
Well, going forward, can we come up with a second plan to get that drained off? Maybe a high-ho with longer reach?
My question is, am I going to go all summer with wetlands out there again?
I would assume so.
So we're out of
I've only got so
mosquitoes.
many answers, sir.
I know.
And, you know, we are trying to take care of all the deficiencies that are out there the best we can, and we have to work with the time schedules that we have. But anybody that I have talked to with field tile and the conditions that are out there say that wait until that ground is froze so you can get the proper equipment in there to work on.
I mean, personally, I find it hard to believe that it never froze this winter, froze enough to get something out there sometime during the whole entire winter.
Well, the problem
That
is
was-
we didn't get responses back from Farnsworth until I believe it was January or February.
Yeah, I'm not
So-
sure what that's dated, but I
It
mean,
could
I
be.
can, you know, I can provide you the date on when we got those. But,
But the Farnsworth plans is for the solution, it's not for the process.
well, we can't go out there and start digging down in that detention basin because then you're gonna dig down lower than the outlet. I mean, that's part of the problem now is that it's basically laying there flat.
Right.
Well, you go in there with a high hoe and you start digging, you can't start, you're gonna change everything.
I just think we should look, I mean, they want it done, we're talking about you have to wait till winter, I understand that. It was a mild winter last time. All I'm trying to figure out is can we come up with a number 2 option, plan B?
Are you talking about
At
for the
least
park?
For the swamp, for how to
For the
complete,
swamp,
how
to
to
drain-
complete.
for the swamp, or-
Yes,
To drain.
how to complete the drainage. Our plan A.
I don't know the elevations out there, but if
It's flat.
Yes.
Our
Is
plan A is to
54
wait till winter. I'm asking if we'll explore a plan B to see
Can we
if
get
there.
Farnsworth out again?
No, I don't think, we don't need Farnsworth for the process.
You need an engineer to tell you how to fix it, which is what we did. We had an engineering firm tell us how to fix it.
I think if you get out there now, you're just gonna tear it up. I really do. There's not a good way for it to drain the way it's sitting. Am I correct?
No, there's not. And then we have to be careful too, because we're draining off onto somebody else's property, okay?
Right.
And they come in on a regular basis to express to us that they're not overly happy about that water that is coming off of Mr. Drake's property and that subdivision and draining off on them. So they want to make sure it's done right. Now we go out there with a high hoe, and I'll guarantee you they're going to be in here. So you're going to have this gentleman that's unhappy, and then you're going to have that neighboring property owner that's really going to be unhappy too. So you just have to be careful, no matter what you do, that when you do it right. So I would soon, and I don't live out there, and I have been out there, and I realize about all the mosquitoes and everything, but I'd like to do it right the first time instead of cobbling it up and then trying to go back and patch it, because it was cobbled up when it was made.
Anything else, sir?
No, that's all, thank you.
I do appreciate your time.
No problem.
Thank you. Entertain a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Call it?
Jacobs?
Yes.
Klein?
Yes.
Harden?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes.
Tesler?
Yes.
Motion carries.